What's going on, guys? I'm the alternate, and like I said in the last video, I am committed now to trying to make as many videos as possible. So today I have my top 5 coasters in Ohio. Now, I was born and raised in Ohio, and when I first got my season pass, I went to Cedar Point at least 3 times a year. Each year I had it, and then my college was very close to Kings Island, so I went there over 20 times in a season the past couple seasons. So without further ado, I'm going to be placing my top 5 favorite coasters in Ohio. And yes, I have the Orion credit, but it is not on this list. So yes, Orion makes my top 3 at Kings Island, but it doesn't beat out the second coaster at Kings Island for me, which is the Beast. And I absolutely love this wooden coaster. Obviously, that makes it my favorite wooden coaster at Kings Island, and I would say that by a mile. I love the old classic feel, and I can see why people don't like this, but I just feel like as I've gotten to ride it more and more over the years, I love a front row ride. We all know those coaster rides where we get tears in our eyes at the brake run. I get that by the second lift hill every time I am on Beast. Just absolutely amazing rides, and you cannot say this ride does not have laterals. If you want to compare it to Mystic Timbers, you can literally time the laterals on this ride. You could even just go to the final helix, just time that, and it would be longer than every lateral moment on Mystic Timbers. I love this ride. It's rough around the edges, but that gives it character to me on this ride, and I normally hate rough rides. But yeah, here's the first POV of the Beast. I absolutely love this ride. It was one of the only rides I did when I went this year to get the Orion credit.
Throughout the entire ride, please keep hands and legs inside the car at all times. Thank you.
Are you done? But so that the train ahead of us clears that whole section. That's why it's slow, and it speeds up as soon as they're past it. This is why we are now speeding up. They're good. And here we go, front row Beast. Come join this 4.5 minute journey with me. Let's go. Oh boy. Yeah, and we're going, we should see the second train as they come out. Yep, there they are right there. And front row Beast. Not remember it being that fast. And of course this lift hill doesn't slow down because there's no point to it really. Halfway through. Wow. We just came from over there. And we're almost
inside the car at all times.
This second lift is a lot quicker than I remember. And we're already back there. This is the beautiful Kings Island. This part actually is one of my favorite parts on any roller coaster. Not my favorite, but one of them. This incline drop is really fun. great. I don't remember so many laterals being in that ride, but.
Alright, now coming in at the number 4 spot, which I know is going to be really controversial when the number 3 spot comes out, is going to be Maverick. Now, I love this intimate, and I remember the first time I went to Cedar Point to do Corkscrew, I was like, I need to get this small upside down ride out of the way, because Corkscrew is my first upside down ride, so I could do Maverick. It looks awesome, and I absolutely love this ride. I love the quick transitions on this ride. It is absolutely insane. I used to hate it actually my first year because I wasn't prepared for it, and I was younger, so I didn't know how to ride it. But now I absolutely love this ride. I do prefer like Fahrenheit's lift hill to this launch lift hill, but that does not take away from how good of a ride this is. There are some two absolutely amazing airtime moments, and you might even get some floater when you come out of the tunnel if you're going over it fast enough. Absolutely amazing inversion. Well, not amazing, honestly. That's the most boring part of those two horseshoe rolls, but just there are so many amazing moments in this ride. You will snap your neck if you do not ride it right, but now I love this. I've waited. This is the longest line at Cedar Point most of the times I go. I've waited so many times. I absolutely love this ride. So at number 4 we have Maverick at Cedar Point.
Especially in the back, because if we get pulled, and it's. Oh my God. I think it's definitely a lot between this and this is a lot closer contest than anybody thinks, but worth the wait, like always, but still don't understand why it's so long. Hey, Dragster, just testing.
Coming in at the number 3 spot is one of my favorite inverts and is the ride I have ridden the most out of any roller coaster. I've gone to Kings Island just to do this thing 10 times, get food, and then leave. That is Banshee. I absolutely love this coaster. I find the vest restraints extremely comfortable. What is it hurting? It's an invert. The only invert with airtime is Montu and a couple moments on Silver Bullet, but I absolutely love this. Montu is the only invert I have above this, but Banshee is an absolutely amazing coaster. People say that the layout is stretched out. That is correct. It's not as whippy as like a Raptor, but I like this better because it's still element after element, and you still get that intensity at the bottom of every element. And it's been running pretty fast this year. I got the blood in my feet after the 0G roll, after every element, and the inline twist at the end is just a perfect finale. I'll show the drop in the back so you guys can see how amazing that is. It's crazy whip, better than Mystic Timber. I love this drop. This whole ride is absolutely amazing, and is still my number 1 ride at Kings Island.
great ride in the front. Lots of hang time on those inversions. That's crazy. Great ride. Great ride. Great ride. I did not feel any rattles on that whatsoever. No rattles for me on Banshee. You may think otherwise, but I'm telling you, sitting right here, there's no rattle for me.
Well, watching that last statement about the no rattle is now completely and entirely false. But moving into the number 2 ride, and when I was making this list, I was considering, do I want this to be my top 5 favorite coasters or my top 5 coasters, meaning this correlates with my top 25 coasters list, not like the sentimental favorites, because this number 2 spot would have been my number 1 favorite coaster, as it is what made me an enthusiast. But at number 2 we have Top Thrill Dragster, definitely my favorite Intamin right now. Actually, right now it's Accelerator, but that's not in Ohio, and that's a different video. But right now it is Top Thrill Dragster. I'm really sad to think that I might not be able to do it this year, but what an absolutely amazing ride. The launch is something out of this world. I will never be able to put it into words, and it's just an amazing experience. Everybody says it's short. I love it. I absolutely love this ride. I have no problems with it. Even though I made a No Limits 2 extended version of this ride, I still absolutely adore this ride. Like I said, my favorite Intamin. Launch is insane. The view from the top is insane. I've never had a rollback, but I've only had a few breakdown issues with this compared to a lot of people's stories. I do this every time I go. This is definitely my most ridden roller coaster at Cedar Point, because I will do this many times. So yeah, here's a POV of my favorite coaster, but the number 1 coaster is my, if I were to rank my coasters by like airtime and moments, and the one above it. So this is my number 2, Top Thrill Dragster.
They're good.
We're going like that. We're
Shut up. We got the green for ready to go train.
Is this a good one?
Oh yeah, this is a good one. Is there anybody from SC out there though? I'm just not going to listen to your advice, sir, but thank you. Is the cash car back already? I wonder why they took the gold car off. No. No. Good try. Come on now. There we go. Just tell me.
Arms down.
I don't need your editorializing. Push back. Yes! All day long! Yes!
Wow, going back and watching that POV, there's just a different amount of adrenaline and hype that you get into sitting at that Christmas tree waiting for the launch. Just an amazing ride, and I absolutely love it. But at the number 1 spot is a ride that is insane, because you're going to see if you stay till the end of the video, to the end of the outro, there's a picture of me and my friend T-Man in front of Mean Streak, which we had done plenty of times. Then we got to watch it be constructed, and now it is Steel Vengeance. It is my current number 1 after traveling, obviously not to every park, not even close to every park in the U.S., but going to, Magic Mountain, Great Adventure, Hershey, all the Florida parks, some California parks, all of doing that. I still love Steel Vengeance. I am excited to say that it is in my home state. Now, after getting to, literally watch this be built, I literally stood there filming the 3rd inversion. I was like, wait, are those track connector pieces upside down? I was the first person to take video footage of the 3rd inversion, which is the inline twist you're going to see, which was absolutely crazy as an enthusiast. And to finally get on this and see how amazing this ride was just absolutely a really cool thing. There's so much airtime on this ride, so many different forms of airtime. People, like to criticize it and say there's not sustain. I mean, I guess they're just completely ignoring the first half of the ride, but this is just an absolutely amazing ride. The inversions are amazing. You got some different kinds in there, even though you got a few inline twists, but you got the nice stall in there. There's just some hidden airtime moments, like going up into that mid-course brake run is an insane airtime moment, but I don't want to talk all the way till going over the lift hill. This is Steel Vengeance, my #1 ride, and definitely my favorite ride in Ohio. I also forgot to mention I did get a back row and I don't remember which row this one is, but this is my first ride, or this is my first time ever riding it, so if I seem extremely hyped, that's why. It was my first time ever getting to do this. But I got 2 trimless rides, like I was just about to say, the back row ride and then this ride here. I both got trimless. I don't think it's that big of a difference, but it's still cool to say I got 2 trimless rides, especially in the best row. But this is my first ever ride on Steel Vengeance.
Oh my God! Oh my Yes, sir. Good God. All right, that's better than El Toro, which makes that my #1.
So that's going to do it for this video, guys. I appreciate it if you made it to the end and watched all the way through. If you are new, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Well, you can like and comment if you're more than new. But I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this list and where you would have had them on your own personal list. But yeah, that is going to do it for my Ohio list. And like I said, I thank you guys for watching the video. I'm going to try to keep the content coming. But be sure to subscribe if you are new. I also have an Instagram that I'm trying to build up. I am like 8 followers from 100. It is at TAYT_INSTA. I take tons of pictures when I go to parks. Most recently, I took a lot of Orion and Banshee when I was at Kings Island. So be sure to follow that Instagram. I also announce when I will be posting all of my videos on that Instagram. So be sure to follow that.
Can you catch me now?